Alrighty guys, welcome back once again. We are live, Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My name is Grant. It is the Fargo Fair match here at the Leather Pocket. Genman Luke taking on June Ella. We are joining just a touch late. They got started and didn't let us know they were starting. So it is still game number one. Genman Luke with a Fargo of 656, June Ella at 597. Therefore, Genman going to 8. June going to 7. And for those just tuning in, my name is Grant, sitting beside the ghost at this point. Can you tell them about the music, please? Sorry, guys. I'm getting some notifications that the music is coming through, and therefore we are getting notification that copyright claims are against us and all the other fun jazz. All right, I'm back situated. Welcome back, everybody. If you are just tuning in, help us out. Hit that share button down on the bottom left. Give it a little love for me. I will do my best to keep you entertained as what I possibly can. And again, fairly even match here, with Genman having to go to 8, Junella going to 7. Both of these guys know their way around a 9-foot table. Should be a really entertaining match. Nice little safe play. This is June Ella at the table. Calling it in, looking at going beneath the 9, so 2-rail back cut on the 3. Might be putting a touch of left-hand spin on the cue ball here. Be a great shot if he can pull this one off. Nice contact. Unfortunately, the 8 comes into play. That'll leave Genman well in on this 3 ball. Punch this in, off the rail, shoot the gap between the 8-10. Looking at the 5-8 combination, so he's already thinking ahead. That 5 will also go into that right-hand side pocket, so we'll see what kind of angle he gets himself here on the 4 ball. And once again, and as always, we do have comments available, open on both YouTube as well as our Facebook chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. I'll do my best to answer anything you guys come up with. If I don't know the answer, I will make up a really good one. So we may have just a touch of angle. I think he's looking at drawing straight off the 4 ball back to the right-hand side rail, putting the 5 to the left-hand side pocket. That's asking a lot out of the cue ball and your stroke at this point, game number 1. I might just elect to play that combination. Look at this. Does he set himself up for the 5-10 combination to start? Does he want to try that at this point? He is calling the 10 ball. Be a sporty way to start this match. Does get a little to the outside of that. That will bring June to the table with pretty much the run of the rack here. based on that angle, might bring the 9 into play. Underneath the 9, catch that rail, come back out on top of the 9. Even with a little bit of a rub, I think that was the right shot, right way to play it. And of course, we are live in 2 locations. First one being here in Calgary, Alberta, live at the Leather Pocket. That's the one you're watching now. This is the Fargo Fair rate. And then we are also live in Winnipeg with Rod Arriagata, Q Sports Live Manitoba. And I believe that is the Manitoba Masters that's happening over there. Nice control from June there. Got nice angle on this 8 ball. Nice little draw shot, catch the right-hand side rail and back out. That 8 ball did wipe its feet on the way in. Nonetheless, still found its way down the pocket. May have to put a little bit of check siding, left-hand spin on the cue ball off that left side rail. Try and flatten out that angle coming back for the 10 ball into the same pocket. Indeed, some left-hand spin. And this 10 ball should be no problem for Junella here to draw first blood in this match. Getting the job done, says June. He'll take the first lead. And as I mentioned in the prior broadcast, we do have the Q Sports Live International Pool League next session coming up on February 7th. We do have a live Q&A. That'll be with myself and Mr. Ben Francis running that. That's going to be taking place this Wednesday, 7 o'clock. And if you have questions, we'll have the answers for you. You can join us live. Jump on into the CSL IPL. Head on over to CSLIPL.com. But we will be available this Wednesday, 7 o'clock, live. Answer any questions. The league now proudly sponsored by Predator Cues. June at the table with the break. Looking like a desert. Comes up dry. A little bit of a tougher opening here for Genman. May be able to cut that 1 ball to the top left-hand corner, come out 2 rails. It is a little bit sticky trying to get position on the 2, so you may see him play safety here. Send the 1 ball back down table, keep the cue ball up top. Oh, he likes to try the back cut. A for effort. That's going to leave June well in on this 1 ball. Nice little pot shot here. Off that end rail, just past the 9 ball for the 2 to the left-hand side pocket. A little hampered over the 4 ball there. Still shouldn't pose as any kind of problem. Really nicely done. Probably the hit and stick on the 2. Take the 3 ball down to the bottom right. Both the 3 and the 4 in the same pocket. Issue on the table is the 5 ball. So does he want to try to do that right now? Does he have the angle? 2 into the side pocket, follow through, and break the 5. Didn't have that angle. Or maybe he did and just didn't look that far ahead. I have been known to do that. However, typically if I look too far ahead, I will end up missing more than Shaquille O'Neal on the free throw line. Nice shot. Does put him in on the 4 to either the top right-hand corner or that right side pocket. But again, that issue still remains on the table with the 5-8. Rob, uh-oh, Genman Luke is on the stream. It'll be a good match. Genman and Junella, fairly close. By the Fargo fair match set on the medium setting, it suggests that Genman has to race to 8 while June races to 7. Did get away with that. Almost scratched into that left side pocket. But did get away with it. Doesn't leave much for Genman here, however. Going to be hampered on the bridge by that 5-8 cluster. And really nowhere to hide with this 4 ball. Might have to just shave the 4. Put it to that right-hand side rail and come around underneath and hide under the 10 ball. Could play down just like that. That's going to leave the 4 ball out, which is a fairly easy save here for June to play back at Genman. Ideally clip that 5 ball. Didn't quite get there. That'll leave Genman with the short hopper. The jump cue over top the 5-8. But I'm not sure he wants to hit for the make. Just due to where the 5 ball is. Even if you're able to draw off that 4 ball with the angle, kind of draws back up towards that side pocket behind the 8. I don't mind that either. The 2 rail in behind the 9 ball. And how is Rob today, by the way? Both tracking. Not terrible. Not a terrible outcome. But again, same type of issue. We'll see if Genman decides to play the cue ball behind this 5-8. Could go across the face of the 4 ball, put the 4 ball up by the 5-8. Only problem is it would kind of lose the cue ball a little bit. But if you can get across the face, cue ball, or sorry, 4 ball off that rail and in behind that 5-8, that cue ball should track 3, maybe 4 rails down to the end of the table. Had to avoid the 9 though. Does get away with it. One rail kick. Does he combo the 9 or just play the 4 flat in the face? Hopefully the cue ball sticks and the 4 ball comes off the right side rail back across and hides underneath the 8 ball. Could send it down table as well, just catch quarter ball. Yeah, I needed to catch a little more than that. I like the thought process, however. So he's going to force June to make this 4 ball. So you'll probably see him play maybe a little bit of inside, depending on what he likes here. But I like inside. So left-hand spin on the cue ball, take the 4. Cue ball straightens up off that rail. Just about on the same angle as where the 6 is, maybe a foot over from that. And you can send that 5 ball 3 rails around, leave the cue ball there, and hide the hide the 5 ball. He elects to try to break it out right then and there. I remember that, Rob. I think that was the last time he was on the stream here with Q Sports Live. You were right, it wasn't good for him. He didn't have, his normal playing ability on display. But I think since he's been on a few different streams, so I think he's a little more acclimated to playing on a stream table than what he was the first time that he did. Trying to use the 9 ball, and he does get there. Very well done. It does leave a 1 rail hit off that right side rail. Back cut on the 5 ball, so just after that side pocket. As close to that horn as what you can get. A little farther up, he can still get the hit, but in order for the make, that's going to be just after that side pocket. I think he's going too deep. He's just going for the hit. Just after the side. Was close. He needed to be a little tighter into that side pocket. Or as close to that as what you could have been. I think at this point you may as well throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and just play to hit the bank on the 5 ball. Hopefully you miss pro side if you are going to miss. Combo to the 9 ball, sitting right over top of the 5 ball. I almost have to cheer for Genman if he doesn't have a good showing. It might be the curse of Q Sports Live for him. because he certainly has the skill. A little under hit from June. Shouldn't pose as any issue, though. He can either draw on that 6 ball, connect with this bottom rail, obviously before that left side pocket and back up, or just play 3 around, take the sharper angle cut on the 8 ball. Option 3 is the bank. You could bank the 6 here, just to maintain shape. Plays a little inside, very well done. Extends out the shot a little bit, but I think it's a better choice than going 3 rails around, taking a sharper cut. Nice shot. Nice little punch. June staring down the neck of taking a 2-game lead. And only having to go to 7 while Genman's got to go to 8. And indeed he does just that. So a couple of unforced errors there or a little bit unlucky on that last one. For the 5 ball to come around and make the 9 ball, but then sit pretty over that side pocket. A little bit unlucky. But a couple of early mistakes from Genman gives June 2-0. And of course we are live here at the Leather Pocket in Calgary, Alberta. And if you are just tuning in, help us out, hit that share button. I am manning the mic by myself. Ben's off playing in this tournament. I'll only be here for, I'm going to say, another maybe 2 hours. Then I've got to head back, jump on another computer, get some work done. And Daryl's asking on YouTube, are they playing on the 9-foot or the bar box? These are the 9-foot tables. Two balls in, 9 balls in, couple off the break. In good on the 1 ball. Just has to watch the weight in which he plays this 1 ball. Really only a pocket weight shot. Again, anytime you're cutting a ball that thin, the cue ball will carry that weight through. So really just a pocket weight shot from the 1, or from the cue ball to the 1 ball. Just make the 1 ball, that'll sit the cue ball up nice for the 3 to the bottom right hand corner. How much are they playing for? It was 28 entries, 28 or 29 players, $75 entry, I believe. I don't know if the payouts are quite done yet. Let me have a look. I don't see them out yet, but as soon as they are, we'll let you know. That's exactly what I was talking about. Just a pocket weight shot on that 1 ball. Overhit that a little bit, and that left him tough here on the 3 ball. So could just shave that 3 ball, send the cue ball up to where the 4 ball is. Use that cluster of the 5, 6, 8 to hide the 3. Oh, didn't want to connect with the 5 ball. Well, that puts Genman in striking distance here. Really, it's the 4 to the 5. You got to hold that position on the 4 ball. Could optionally, if he gets too much angle off of this shot, could play back around for the 5 in the same pocket as the 4. But we'll see how he does and what angle he gets here. Tries the force. I might have played that with right-hand spin and tried to go 2 rails underneath that 10 ball, so you don't have to try to punch it with as much of a harder shot than just punching that in with right-hand spin, going 2 rails underneath. Look out, June clips the 10 ball and may now have to jump over top. This makes getting position to the 4, or sorry, position to the 5 a little tricky. What's going on? Peter Robertson checking in from Australia. My man from down under. Hopefully you're doing well, my man. Good to see you back on again. Absolutely gets away with that shot. Genman gonna have to shoot from downtown, shooting out of a pocket. Tough ask here. However, there is an easier shot where you just punch into this. Just a nice little punch shot, draw over to the right-hand side underneath that 5 ball. That'll send the 4 ball 2 rails around the 10 ball back up top. So he tries to go forward on that. I think if he would have gone with a draw shot there, just a nice little punch shot, I think he could have got there. But still, not easy position here from the 4 to the 5. Doesn't have to be a hard shot here on the 4. Maybe a touch of right-hand spin, cut the 4 ball in, cue ball off the top rail, back down. You just got to watch scratching back into the bottom right-hand corner. Kind of want to come underneath this 5 ball. Oh, he tries to slow roll to go on top. And again, gets away with it. Genman's just beside himself going, what do I have to do to get a clean shot here? Hampered by the 8 ball. And again, just nothing easy for Genman here. 5 ball's tough. Can't really bridge in to put any left or right hand spin on this. Not with any decent amount of control anyway. And there is the other problem. You hit that with too much top spin. It kind of catches through that shot. And you see it spin back into itself and kind of slow its roll. What's going on? John Wade tuning in. Montana in the house. Where's everybody else tuning in from? We've got around 60 some odd viewing. Let me know where you're all tuning in from. Nice shot, but does he get away with it? I don't think so. That'll bring June to the table. Nice little draw, right-hand spin off that side rail. Make the 5 to the top right. Bring that cue ball back and forth. Have the 6 to the right-hand side pocket, and should be good to go from there. Just got to have a clean stroke here. Doesn't want to overhit and bring the 10 ball in. Very well done. Did bring the 10 ball in, but hit with enough power that it wasn't an issue. Minot, North Dakota. How are you, Josh? Good to see you. Haven't been on for a while. Good to see you on again. Wisconsin tuning in with Doug. Three Hills for Brandon. Daytona, Florida from Scott. We appreciate you tuning in. And again, overstroke there from Genman. But to his defense, and really everybody's defense, these tables are playing lightning fast. But this still shouldn't really be any issue for him here. I think he can back cut that 7 ball, just straight top on the cue ball, avoid the scratch in that top left-hand corner. He'll be sitting good on the 8 ball there. Just doesn't want to catch that 7 thick. That would bring in that top left hand. He executed that nicely. He'll be all right from here. Kind of in that danger zone. Did cut that into the right-hand side, lose the cue ball, or maintain it. Put the 8 ball down to the bottom right. It's going to take a nice little touch draw to avoid the scratch on that side pocket. But I think the 8 to the bottom right-hand corner is probably the shot that I would play. Don't have to overhit it, just a nice little touch draw. Avoid that side pocket and you're home free. Right, you'll see a lot of players overhit this shot and scratch anyway. But you don't have to put a lot of power into it. You've got to give that cue ball time for the draw to take action. And if you overhit it, generally it doesn't take in time. You end up finding the cue ball down that right-hand side pocket. Nicely done. Got a little love from the horn on that shot, and that should work out. That'll put Genman on the board. Does make a little bit more of a degree of difficulty shooting out of the pocket, but I don't see it being an issue. And an issue it is not. Genman getting himself on the board, and as mentioned prior to, the Q&A is coming up on Wednesday. We do have divisions for every single player. Doesn't matter what your skill level is. If you are looking to get better, CSL IPL coming up starting February 7th. In each one of those divisions on the website, cslipl.com, it does have a description as to the type of player you will find in each division. And beside, you'll see 8 and 9 in Div 4, 8-9 Div 3, 8-9 Div 2, 8-9 in Division 1, and the change is the 8 ball and open now moving to 10 ball. That, of course, is to accommodate the sponsorship from Predator. In the open division, both on the 7-foot division as well as the other option, which is 8+. So it's the 8 and 9-foot tables that play together. The winner of those divisions not only will win the cash, but they will also win a paid entry into the Predator Pro Series event of their choice. That, of course, is open to all players around the world. All you need is access to a table, be that at your own home table or the local pool hall. That's all that's required to play. It also gets you your BCA sanctioning for singles, ACS as well as CCS. So you get a triple sanction in there, because the CCS is the Canadian Q Sports, ACS is American Q Sports. They are pretty much one and the same, and as a CCS player, I can go down and play in ACS events and vice versa. Very nicely done. That leaves a one rail kick open for June. June will be approaching the table here. Not sure if the jump shot's on. Might be a little too close to that 2-ball. And trying to get position on that 2, unless you're jumping for the 1 down to that bottom left-hand corner. Really not going to get yourself any position here on the 2. So he did call 1 into the side pocket. Maybe there's an angle or something there that I can't see. Can you draw off the 1 right-hand side rail and stick for the 2? He did. Nice shot. May use the 6-ball here to shave the left-hand side top of that 2-ball and send the cue ball in and around behind the 6-ball. Might require some left-hand spin just to kick that over there. Didn't quite get it. I don't think Genman's got the cut on the 2 to the right-hand side pocket, however. So you may see him elect to put this 2-ball down to the bottom rail. Use that cluster. Decides to try to use the cue ball down there. I think it would have been maybe a little easier to put the 2-ball down, just almost like you're banking the 2. Just before that side pocket, that'll send that 2-ball underneath where the 10-ball is. And I think he's not going to like his next shot. And I will retract my previous statement. I thought he was going to be in jail there. Didn't mean to draw the cue ball for June. Meant to send that 2-ball 3 rails around and stick the cue ball up behind the 7. A little bit of a mishit, drew the ball, and now she's sitting pretty over that right-hand side pocket. A little bit of a back cut, but that should send the cue ball into the 3-ball. He's got to be a little cognizant of that. And he was cognizant of the 3, but forgot to make the 2. Sorry, I forgot to look on YouTube. We got Vernon, BC in the house, Greenville, Texas in the house, Victoria, Australia also tuning in. And if you are just tuning in on Facebook, just give that share button a little bit of love. That's located down on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Share that to any of the pool groups you're associated with, as well as your own Facebook page. If you're tuning in on YouTube, you can copy the link to the stream, share that again, any of the pool groups you're associated with, or onto your personal page. You never know which one of your friends is a closet pool junkie. And I'll do my absolute best to keep you as entertained as what I possibly can. And we will be live all day long. I myself, not so much. I've got another couple hours to spend, and then I'll be back doing some more work. But we will be live, bringing you as much coverage as what we can in this event. This will be today and tomorrow. We're also live in Manitoba as well through Rod Arriagata. He is Q Sports Live Manitoba. Is he going to get away with it? I think he does. I think he gets away with it. And I've got to say, so far in this match, it seems as though June is getting the rubs and the rolls in his favor. But like Ben and I say every time, just stick around. Murphy's Law tends to turn the tables at some point. So just give yourself that chance, stick around. Keep yourself in striking distance, and the eventuality is those rubs and rolls will change. New York City also in the house. How are you, Charlene? Glad to have you tuning in. And New York City might be one of those spots that is prime, I would think, to be playing in the CSL IPL. That is the Ghost League in which we have going on. Next session starts February 7th. You can check it out, cslipl.com. Very nice attempt out of June there. That'll bring Genman to the table. And really the only issue on the table here is the 9-10 cluster. Everything else has a home. It's a matter of controlling that cue ball. As with any game, but especially in a rotation game, so 9-ball, 10-ball is definitely a key to victory, is having good control of that cue ball. So 3 to the 4, left-hand spin on the cue ball off that top rail. Give himself some nice angle on the 4 ball. He's okay there, sitting good. A couple of different options here. Nice pocket weight shot with right-hand tops. Put the 4 ball in, that cue ball will catch that right-hand side rail and kind of elongate the angle that it comes out at. That'll leave the 5 ball to the left-hand side pocket. That's how I might play it. The other option, of course, you can punch that 4 ball in, check that right side rail, come flat across, back to the left side of the table for the 5 ball down to the bottom right-hand corner. Daryl's asking on YouTube, is Ben going to be playing on the stream table? I would imagine he will be again. He was just on the stream table, won a match against Tony Sakamoto. I believe the score was 10-2 for Ben. Ben having to race to 10 based on Fargo fair match, while Tony had to go to 5. Ben coming out victorious on that match. So I would imagine you'll see him again. There's tons of talent in the room. We've got Joe Spence in the house. We've got Sean Yee, Mike Robinson, obviously Ben Francis in the house. These 2 players that we're watching here, June and Genman, no slouches on the table. Just to name a few. Tim, I believe PA is Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome to the live stream on Q Sports Live. How about new viewers? Is there anybody new? First time viewing Q Sports Live, let me know. I'll give you a shout out on the live stream. Yeah, nicely controlled. Can't quite tell from here whether Genman's got the back cut on that 5 ball. That will send the cue ball loose a little bit. He'll lose a little bit of control of that, but I do believe that 5 is cuttable to the left-hand side pocket. A little bit of a tougher back cut, but it is there. You may be able to hold that because cue ball is going to go 3 rails. Does bring in the 7, however. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot, well done. I believe he's got full ball hook there. Yeah, will leave a top rail kick. Or as he just alluded to, the short hopper. Looks to be about a quarter ball over top of the 7 ball. Might have to use a little bit of a draw stroke on the jump shot, just to give himself a little bit better position on the 6 ball. He definitely got over it. Seemed to be a little bit more than a quarter ball because he cued in pretty steep on that cue ball. However, doesn't leave much for Genman here. See if he tries again that shave off. Got to avoid that 7. Might be good if you can also bump the 9 here, just like this. Great shot. I do believe it may leave the 5 ball on. Didn't want to catch that 9 ball to the left to center there. Almost wanted to hit it flat in the face so that cue ball stuck underneath that 10 ball, but he was really, really close to hitting that, just about perfect. But had the right idea separating that 9-10. And nothing to do here. Flat shot, make the 5 ball. Really well done. Doesn't want to hold up, slow down. Does not want to be hampered by the 10. And again, just puts on display the fact that these tables are rolling extremely quick. He may end up having to go rail first here. So just before the second diamond up from that left-hand side pocket. It's about the position that you want to be. That's a little tight, I think. See how forgiving the pockets are. And indeed, wiped its feet, but went in the hole. Steeper cut here on the 7. Weight is going to be the key to this shot. Watch out for the corner scratch. That was definitely close. So we'll see whether he elects to draw off this 9 ball, leave the cue ball snuggled up right underneath that 10 ball, send the 9 ball back up table. I think he's overhit that for sure, but not terrible. It does leave Genman the full ball hit on the 9 ball. but certainly a little more difficult to use the 10 as any kind of blocker. A little bit tough on the bank shot. A little tight there to get the cue ball out of the way before double contact. Nice little separating safety and gets underneath the 10. Great shot. But again, fairly easy jump shot here for June. Doesn't have to go quite so steep on the angle of the jump shot. Should be able to power that pretty decently. And I think at this point, you've got to call the bank. May as well go aggressive with it. Making the shot is equally as difficult as trying to play a good safety here. So in that case, you may as well go for the shot. He's calling the bank to the side. Or is he trying to kick underneath? Is he just going to go straight kick underneath, right hand spin on the cue ball? Try and kick that 9 to the side pocket. Great effort. This is going to, unfortunately, for June, give Genman perfect look at the table. And a couple of options here for Genman. Punch this in. Cue ball back out to the middle of the table. 9 and 10 both in the same pocket. Could go forward 2 or 3 rails as well. Whatever he feels comfortable with. Nice little punch in. And we should have tie ball game. Tie ball game as far as score is concerned. However, in the race, Junella touch ahead. June's got to go to 7. Genman going to 8. And we'll give a shout out again here to Nick's Q Innovations here at Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He takes care of all the Q Sports Live cues that we need to have, new tips or whatever we need done. Phenomenal, phenomenal guy. Does amazing work. You can reach him at 403-667-3173. You can also find him on Facebook. You do not have to be from Calgary in order to utilize his services. And it looks like they are going to go for a quick little break. So we are timeout. So while that's going on, if you can do me a favor, hit that share button down below. As well, make sure you've gone onto the Facebook page. Hit the like button if you are on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, make sure you've hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell. That'll notify you guys each and every time that we go live. You'll be able to follow along. We do have some big announcements coming out of Q Sports Live here. I'm going to say within the next week and a half. Some bigger announcements coming out of Jam Up Apparel as well. That one's a monster size announcement. That'll be coming out either Monday or Tuesday, so you'll want to watch for that. Some exciting things happening here in the pool world. And it looks like we are game on. Game on indeed. So it is Genman Luke up to break. Deadlock 2 apiece. Genman going to 8. June going to 7. Really nice connection on the head ball there. Unfortunately doesn't get rewarded, but maintained control of that cue ball really nicely. That being said, nothing down gives the advantage back to June. So a nice little forward shot here, a little bit of left-hand spin. And back out to the left and middle side of the table for the 3-ball, or sorry, for the 2-ball. 3 goes to the middle right hand. Looks like he might be drawing. He can also draw out. I like the forward only because when you draw, that can happen. And that's 5-ball is a complete wall for him to get to the 2-ball. That's why I didn't mind going forward there. Forward 2 with some left-hand spin takes that 5-7 cluster out of the equation, and you do get a shot in on the 2-ball. 2 to the 3 was always going to be tough because you're shooting from way up table, and trying to cut that ball in while maintaining shape to play the 3 to the right-hand side pocket takes that takes a touch. I kind of like splitting between the 7-10 if he's got enough room and some right hand on the cue ball. Right, he tried to back cut that. I was a little tougher. I think if he could have made that back cut going off the bottom rail. Some right hand spin on the cue ball. Just missed that 7-ball. Connect with that bottom rail. That right hand spin kicks that cue ball more to the left. And I think he could have back cut that 2-ball. Again, nothing easy for June at the table. Might just skin that 2-ball. He's going to go underneath. This can be a little bit tricky to try to get a safe off of this. Oh, he hit the top of it. Not terrible. I kind of like skinning off and sending that cue ball 2 rails underneath where the 4-ball is. But again, he gets to see all those little intricate angles that we may not be able to see, which may influence the reason and the decisions behind what they do versus what I'm commentating on. And I think Genman has the top side of the 2, maybe. Might get just a piece of it. I don't know if he's got enough to see it. Can't quite tell. Oh yeah, lots of room. Lots of room for the hit. Really nicely done. Nice weight control. See if I can give you a little bit broader angle of the table.
What a grinding match, eh?
Hey, thanks, Chris. Appreciate you tuning in. Does he have enough to see the edge of the 2? Try this bank shot. I thought he was full ball hooked. He called that bottom left-hand corner. He's looking at the bank here. Just past that 4-ball. The double hit got in the way. But as per what's been happening, June's getting the rolls and the rubs. Leaving it a little bit tougher for Genman here. And because he made whatever ball it was that went in, I think it was the 4 ball. It is Genman's decision or choice whether he wants to try to shoot at this 2 or he can turn this back to June. So he elected to turn this back to June. So we will see June at the table trying to make the hit on the 2. Bottom rail, some left-hand spin on the cue ball, shorten up the rail on the angle out. Unless he's going under the 10, okay. Under the 10 may have to put some right-hand spin. Doesn't quite put enough, misses the 2. That'll give ball in hand to Genman. So good decision there from Genman to give that back. And really not a lot to do here, right? Just pot the 2 ball straight past the 9 ball to the top left-hand corner. Nice little touch draw, just exactly where he's at now. Nice little follow through from the 3 to the 5 ball into the top left-hand corner. Maintain a little bit of angle, and from there, he'd be looking good for the win. Yeah, nice shot. Nice little follow through pocket weight shot here. Does want to have a little bit of angle on this 5 ball. Doesn't want to cross the center line from the 5 into that side pocket. Wants to stay on the low side. But again, a little bit of angle on that 5 ball to the left-hand side pocket to go up table for the 6 ball. Perfect. Picture perfect. Nothing to do here except make the 5. Should put you in good on the 6. You don't want to be straight on the 6. Maintain your angles. Really, really important, especially on the big tables, to always maintain your angle and be on the right side of the ball. That makes negotiating on these tables a little bit easier to do. Unless you're out of stroke and out of practice like I am, then you're inevitable to miss more than Shaquille O'Neal at the free throw line. That is how I would be currently playing. So a little bit off angle, but he's not terrible. Straight tops on the cue ball, 2 rails. Come back out to center table position. 7 ball down to the bottom left-hand corner. Could draw over as well, depending on that, again, that intricate angle. Draw over to the side rail and back. Just like that. He's okay. I know he's not happy with the outcome, but he's okay there. Can try to slow roll this if you'd like. I don't like slow rolling. Not on this shot. I think I'm going to play this back and forth for the 9 ball. Cut the 8 down to the bottom left-hand corner. Once off the left rail, off the right rail, and back across for the 9 ball. Looks like he's going to try to draw soft on top. Really well done. I can't say that that would have been the shot that I played, but he made it work. Mr. Cliff Jacobson, how are you? Good to see you again. Gosh, it's been a minute since I've seen you in the person. Don't get to see you very often at the pool hall. Genman getting the job done. And with that, now we're a tie ball game based on the race count. Genman's got to go to 8, while June has to go to 7. So it is a race to 5 from here. It has been a while, Cliff. Been too long. And again, a nice snap there from Genman. Same results. Get that man a drink. The break is dry. Hope you're doing well, however, Mr. Jacobson. Ooh. That one ball tried to wipe its feet and drop. Tough shot to execute when you're putting a little bit of heat on that cue ball, especially on a diamond table. Diamond tables are not going to allow that to drop very often, that's for sure. Even tougher on the new Predator tables. So it is one of the biggest differences that you'll see when you're playing games on those Predator 9-foot tables. Those pockets are cut and designed in a way that one ball gets spit out. It actually does not hang there on those harder shots. It will hang up on the slow shots, but it is certainly designed to spit that object ball back out of the pocket so it doesn't hang there. Really cool, unique feature. Dominic, is this a 2-day tournament? It is indeed. We will be live here all day today as well as tomorrow, bringing you the finals tomorrow. And Sharon tuning in from Thunder Bay. Welcome to the live stream, Sharon. So ball in hand, this is June Ella at the table. Not an easy run, still lots of traffic, lots of back and forth, right? So 1 to the 2, 2's up top, back down for the 3, 3 to 4 is not bad, 4 to the 5 up top. From there, you should favor whoever gets to that cluster up there. That should be the favored to win this game. Right, as soon as you accomplish the 4 shape the 5, from there it's pretty much fish in a barrel. Didn't want the bump. Might be a little bit hampered here by this 5 ball. But really nothing to do here. Just make the 3. Kind of want to be on the lower side of center here for the 4 to that right-hand side pocket. Do want to have a little bit of angle just to travel a little farther up table to the middle right-hand side of the table. Or just beyond the middle right-hand side. So we'll see if he just slow rolls this in. or whether he punches and comes off the rail. I kind of like the slow roll. Those punch shots, if you don't hit the heart of the pocket, do exactly that. I couldn't have scripted that any better. Those punch shots, you got to hit the heart of the pocket. And again, prime example of what you would see on a diamond table is that 3-ball would be spit out of that pocket. It wouldn't hang around and stick there. Looks like he's a little straight in, but that's all right. You can just float the cue ball up to that right-hand side pocket. Take a little bit of a tougher cut here on the 5-ball. Oh, he had lots of angle there. He was perfect. And from here, like I said, this is pretty much fish in a barrel here. 5-ball top left, off that top rail, 6 to the left-hand side pocket, 7 to the top right, 8 and 9 to the bottom right hand, and 10 to the top right. Still have to maintain your cue ball position though, and this is one of the things that I'm not very adept at, which is maintaining your position when you know that it's a fairly tic-tac-toe from here. And this is where I tend to play a little bit loose, right? I tend to not play the proper shape that I should. Right, you're looking at the table, fairly easy from here, and have that mental lapse, and you find yourself out of position. Oh, overcooked. I could tell right on release. Overcooked, he'll be shooting this off the rail, or close to it. Still works. The angle that he left off at certainly favors getting position to the 9-ball. So really nothing to do here. Concentrate on just making the 8-ball. Very well done. I didn't even catch that, Daryl. I'll have to watch for that. I didn't even notice that. He put the 8 in the middle where the 10 was supposed to be on the last rack. I don't think anybody caught that. Save yourself. Genman running over to go get himself a bridge. I don't know if he realizes there's one. Oh, sorry, his extension. That's what he's looking for. I was going to say, he doesn't realize there's one right beside the table. Right underneath the right-hand side or left-hand side. So again, really not a lot to do here. Might put a little touch of draw on this just to bring yourself a little closer to that 10. Forgot to put the draw on. So now he's got the choice. Do you want to risk putting that 10 into the side? Really tight pockets on diamond 9-foots. You got to hit the heart. If you touch those horns, they typically won't drop. So I think he's looking at exactly that. The top right-hand corner is the big pocket. Perfect. Well done. Nicely done. It was a good rack. And we got to give a shout out to JB Cases. one of the other sponsors here of Q Sports Live. The protection your Q deserves and the design you desire. You can custom make any of your own JB case. Head on to their website, jbcases.com. And I don't think I'll have any other case except the JB. Even though we're sponsored by Predator on the stream and everything else, all of that's going to be announced next week. Within the next week and a half or so. But I don't think I'll be changing out of the JB. They have lifetime warranty, unheard of in the pooled industry. Genman finally getting a ball on the break. First one I think he's had. I think every other break he's had has come up dry, but he gets it. Gets it when it matters. Doesn't have a very good shot on it, but it puts him in control of the table. So is he looking at going across the face of the one or sending the one? Looks like he's going across the face of the one. I like this. 3 rails using the cluster of the 2-3-10. Great shot. Oh, is he going to split the window? Splits the window between the 3-10. Well, that gives June a shot full in the face on the one ball.
Master of those windows.
Genman says he's the master at giving people the window. So I think the shot here for June is almost exactly the same shot. The right side of the one ball, chip that to the 6. It hits and sticks there. Send the cue ball two rails back around underneath, hopefully either the 7-10 or the 2-3. Tried to go the other way. Did he get there or leave a piece? I think he might be there. Genman might have to go get the short hop. He's making out like he can see the whole ball. I would have thought the 6 was well in the way there. Given the circumstances, that's not terrible. Not terrible at all. So, depending on a few factors, I've seen Junella pump these shots in. Some left-hand spin on the cue ball, nice draw shot. Plays it tops. Comes out not too terrible. That'll put 2 and 3 in the same bottom left-hand corner. And depending on how that 6-8's kind of situated up there, I don't know if the 6 goes past the 8 to the top right-hand corner or not. It does look like there's some decent separation there. So he should have choice of the top left or top right-hand corner. Question is here, do you try the slow roll, keep the cue ball on that right-hand side of the table, or go back and forth? A lot of that will depend on whether the 6 passes that 8 ball. Oh, great shot. Really nicely done. 6 to the 7 could be tricky if he's straight in on this 6 ball, though. Might have to power draw this with some right-hand spin. Come back to the rail the cue ball's at. Play that down table. Power draw indeed. Nice shot. Junella says, I will not go quietly into the night. You've got a battle on your hands. That was really nicely done. A little bit of bottom right hand or right hand spin on the cue ball. 2 rails for the 8 ball up top. Could go 1 rail, I guess, as well. I prefer the 2. He goes 1 rail. Stood up in the middle of it. However, he does get away with it. And I don't think Genman's got the full hit on 7. I think he may be trying just to tie up the 7, push the 7 to the 9 ball. Use the 10 ball potentially as the blocker. But I can't quite tell. I don't know. Can't quite tell if he's got enough of the 7 to play it that way. Yeah, I don't mind this shot either. I think he's looking at rail first. Rail first, some left-hand spin on the cue ball. Did he just call that in the side pocket? I don't know if he's got enough room for that. Definitely caught it thick. May have got away with it. I don't know whether June can see enough of that to thin that 7 down to the bottom right hand. May elect to use the 9 here anyway. Punch into that 7 ball off the end rail with the cue ball and put the cue ball in behind that 9 ball. 7 ball goes up table. Just got to watch the 10 ball here. You don't want to run into the 10. Needed to hit that a little harder. That will give Genman a really great look at finishing this game off. Can't quite tell whether he's got angle on the 7 to draw or whether he needs to go forward with the cue ball here. Might have been a little fortunate there. And I think with how that just finished off, I'm taking this 8 ball to the top right-hand corner. And I'm actually going to put a stroke on the ball. I'm going to draw off the 8 ball, send the cue ball down table between the 9 and 10 off the end rail. He did really, really well there. He made that look a lot easier than what it was. At least based on the angle I think that was there, or thought was there. Trying to maintain that at a slow pace, that's difficult to do. But he made it look easy. Genman gets the gift, gladly taking it. Well, he's got to go to 8, and June's got to go to 7. Genman takes the advantage in the match as well as the race. So Genman looking in pretty good control so far. It's a 3-5 race from here. Genman needing to go to 8. June going to 7. A 3 to 5 race. And again, really nice contact with that cue ball, and this time he gets full reward. In good on the 1 ball. Nice angle. 2, I believe, passes the 5 to that right-hand side pocket. Can't quite tell from here. But he gets full reward. Genman just waiting for Jim-Jitsu. You can see the back of his leg on the other table. Nice stroke there. Well done. So that does tell me that 2 passes the 5 right-hand side pocket. May have to put this in with some right-hand spin, so depending on how much room he has, it could complicate that 2 ball. But if he's got enough room, then should be no issue. Just connect with that right-hand side rail, a little bit of right-hand spin to bring that cue ball back out, maintain an angle on the 4. Oh, and he's going full around 3 rails. Might have hit that a touch short. However, still and now just waiting for Tony to make her shot on the other table. Should still work here for Genman. I believe he can miss the 5 ball on the way out after making contact with that right-hand side rail. Really don't want to hit the 5 ball here. Yeah, very well done. Nicely played. 7 will pass the 8 down to the bottom left. And from here, you gotta favor Genman to get out. He's starting to catch his rhythm, get his concentration level up where it needs to be. And really nothing to do. Hit and stick on the 6. That'll give you the angle for the 7. 7 past the 8. Angle gets you to the 8. That was a little bit gutsy there. You end up straight on that 7 ball. It makes it no good to try to get down for that 8 ball. Especially if you got to try to punch this over a bit. Yeah, he did have to punch it. Great shot, hit the center of the pocket. But it's typically those, if you don't hit that center of the pocket, we've seen it twice in this match already where it bobbles back and forth and just sits there. May bump to 10 here. Put enough of the junk on it to go around the 10. Well done. And either 2 or 3 rails around off the 9 ball to put the 10 ball to the bottom left-hand corner. Three rails around, and dead perfect. Catching a gear, Mr. Genman Luke. Well done. Very well done. And once again, Jam Up Apparel, guys. Big announcements coming out with Jam Up here coming up. I would have to say probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And you'll hear some good things coming up out of Jam Up Apparel. One of the biggest announcements that we've ever had with Jam Up. So lots of good things coming. Lots of new things on the website as well. If you haven't been there for a while, go check it out, jamupapparel.com. Put a little bit more top on that break. So come up a little bit dry. That gives June a shot at the table here. Might have to go forward 2. Can't quite tell. I would say based on the angle I see, it's got to be forward either 2 or 1. I like going forward 2. Some right hand spin on the cue ball. Forward 2 it is. Might be overhit. Look out, 6. You don't want to be hampered by that. And I think that might be the result of Genman kind of taking control and more or less putting June in his chair here for the last 2 or 3 games. So kind of walks into that shot a little bit cold. Maybe a little bit of adrenaline due to the fact he kind of had a nice open shot on the 1 ball. Oh, great shot. Really, really well done. God, he made that look a lot easier than what it was. That's for certain. That was a good shot. And to avoid the scratch. And then goes and overhits. All right, so again, I'm wondering if it's just a result of June having to sit here for the most part of the prior 3 games. Because even if he banks this 4, what have you, there's just would have been a lot easier if he would have maintained shape on that and put the 4 just down into the bottom right hand corner. Right, I believe the 5-9's completely wired up. And if it's frozen, you can cheat that little bit without any issues. How good does he hit it? Again, really nice shot, but can he see enough of this 5-9, and is the 5-9 wired? By the camera angle, it looks off just a touch, but when I look live, it looks like that 9's dead to the heart. Had to go rail first. Look at this. He marries up the 5-8 ball. However, it leaves a fairly easy safety here for Genman. Just shave the outside of the 5 ball, send the cue ball off that top right rail. Just what he's looking at. Bring it back up underneath off the bottom rail in behind the 10 ball. And he was playing safety there, so even though the 8 ball went, he did call safety. And so it is June's shot.
Should have saw them. They were
Can he see enough of the 5 to make the 5-9 combo? Oh, all day long. All day long. From here, you almost have to play. Does the 6 pass? I believe it does. If I'm looking live, I don't get full angle, but I believe that 6 passes the 10 ball to the bottom right-hand corner. Or bottom left-hand corner, sorry. Oh, that's not going to help his cause. I think that 7's right in the path. He might get the bottom edge of 6, maybe. Certainly not enough to make. Might be able to Filipino stroke this. Just catch the underside of the 6, put the cue ball off the end rail, and use the 10 as a blocker. But I don't think he's got the full hit. That was a valiant effort right there. So we'll see if Genman can come in, put this 6 to the top left-hand corner, hit and stick, and he'd be away to the races to put himself on the hill. Looked like it caught a little piece of the side horn there on that 6. So advantage back to June. Claw himself one back. And again, really nothing to do here. Make the 7 ball. Could play this out. It does pass the 10 ball to the bottom left. Could shorten it up if he wanted to. It goes to the bottom right. Goes to the side pocket. Oh my goodness. Wow. Not sure what happened there. Trying to do too much maybe with the cue ball? I looked over, it was too. Sorry about that, guys. We are getting Mr. Ben Francis joining us on the mic. How are you, Ben?
Good. Sweating bullets in this tournament. Every game is like
it's tough.
A grind.
It is tough, right? We kind of saw at the start of this match, Genman was not getting the rubs, the rolls. It was in June's favor, and then at some point it flipped, and Genman's taking full advantage.
Yeah, he's got 2 balls to get on the hill here.
Mm-hmm.
At which point you're grinding the commentary. I'm sure you'd like a little break.
I'm going to go right this very second.
I play the winner of this match, so I don't think we'll be up right away, but it'll be
very good.
There'll probably be a B-side match here next.
Very good.
Genman on the hill. Poolaholic shirt. I have one of those.
Do you?
Yeah, we bought it as a team shirt once for, I don't know why. It's the most uncomfortable shirt
Is it really?
that I own, too. I wore it once, never wore it again.
Well, and especially with Jam Up having your back
It's
there.
so much more comfortable.
All right, I'll be right back. I don't know whether I'll be coming back to help you commentate or this will be done, but I'll be right back.
Yeah, Genman playing good. I was kind of watching from across the room. You know, I'm always keeping my eye on other matches, other tables, see what's going on. I'm a big pool fan, of course. So I was watching, and he does seem to have flipped the script from the beginning of this match. It was 2-0 June when I looked over, and now Genman is on the hill. So make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots for us. Plenty of great matches to come today. I believe we're going to play down to at least, I'm going to say Final Four or so. And sorry if those comments weren't coming up on the Facebook there, guys, but I got them up now. Who would play? Yeah, Wayne wants to know who would Genman play next. Good question, Wayne. It's me. I'm the lucky one. I'm the lucky one that gets to play one of these gentlemen next. Fortunately, snuck through my last match, not playing the best pool ever, but kind of started to bring it near the end, which is mostly what tends to matter. What a shot from June there. What a shot. Does this cue ball slow down and leave him some of the 2? I think it does. He's got enough to cut this in. He's got to miss the 9 ball, I believe. If he can play this with right siding, he can miss the 9. If he has to play it with left siding, he's going to crash the 9, and then he's going to need a little love. Looks like left siding. Yeah, he didn't have enough of that ball to just make it clean. I think he was mostly playing rail first there. I see comments on the YouTube. Looks like we missed something there with the 10 spotted or the 8 spotted, something like that. What's up, Dave? Entry fee and requirements to enter this. Good question, Dave. Very good question. The entry fee was $100. Leather Pocket has added $500. The only requirement to enter, I believe, was that your Fargo need to be established, or they would use known ability ranking. So hopefully that kind of sums it up for you there, Dave. Looks like another chance for June on this 2-ball here. Pretty thin. Not sure how well he can control this cue ball.
Alrighty, back with you. Seems our comment here is not updating.
It's weird. They were loading good the first match.
Oh,
everything
yeah.
loaded good, and then now they're coming back around now. Wayne asked the perfect question just as I was answering it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Who would Genman play next if he wins this match?
I think I know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Might be sitting beside me.
But I do like that Wayne worded it when he wins. See, that's a good friend.
Yes.
You got to word those correctly.
Yes,
Not if, when.
When.
It's like when somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to try this shot."
Yeah.
You know, or just in case.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Make it.
Just do it. Right?
Get it.
Do it or don't do it.
That's it. Get her done.
There is no maybe.
They're only playing on the left and right-hand side of the table. Is that what's going on here?
This is very one-sided.
It is very one-sided.
Does June cut at this 2-ball?
I think so.
I think he has to, especially
so.
down 7-2. You don't want to be like trying to play safeties to win this match. You know?
No.
Yeah, he had to go for it. Uh-oh, where's this 10 going? Is it going to be a 3-10?
It could be.
That could save that one-sided action over there. Because the 4-5 isn't bad. It's the 6 to the 7, the 7 to the 8.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
That is a nightmare.
The side pocket is in play like 8 times.
Well, and if you play the 2-ball to the bottom left, you check that right side rail and back out. Middle table, it kind of favors that 3-10 combo.
Yeah, you should be able to smooth this in, like low left English, lots of low left, and just got to hit it real smooth. You could kind of punch it forward, but I feel like that's a harder shot.
That's a much harder shot. I just like that smooth.
Yeah, and if you got to take a little
Draw
distance, who
left.
cares? You're up 7-2.
No doubt.
And I think with where the 9 lays,
Did go forward.
oh, that's a nice shot. That's well
And
controlled.
he's perfect.
I think with where the 9
Oh,
lays,
he's
it's like
perfect.
you could almost hit the 9
You
and it would
almost
go
could,
into the
yeah.
10 as well, right?
Yeah. I think he's dead, almost dead perfect
Yeah.
here.
This is lights out, I think, here. Good.
So let me ask you, Ben, when you shoot these, because I shoot these, it's a little bit off angle, right? Just a touch.
Mhm.
So when I shoot this, I'm just shooting into it straight, but putting a little left hand spin on the cue ball
Oh, okay.
to correct that angle, as opposed to trying to hit dead perfect. But
I see.
yeah,
Nice shot from Genman
yeah,
there.
very well done.
You bring up a good point, though. I try to find a spot on the rail.
Do you?
Yeah, so I forget about the ball even being there.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm,
just put
and
left
I'm,
hand.
And I'm trying to aim like up to a certain point on the rail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has their own little tricks for
Yeah.
combos, though. They're
Yeah.
they're tough, right?
I just like that. I don't have to really do anything. I find center ball into
straight
the
pool.
left and
Straight pool is a fantastic game for that
Yeah.
because you're playing combos
a
often,
lot. Yeah,
right?
a lot. So, well, that being said, good job for Genman. He kind of took control of the match after
Down
the
2-0.
Yeah, the first little bit
Yeah.
didn't get all the rubs and rolls in his favor, but as you said in many matches, just stick around.
That's
And
right.
he did exactly that
That's
mentally as well. Right? He didn't
Don't
check
fold.
out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I almost did that in my last match too, so it was impressive to see Genman do the same thing.
Indeed. With that being said, guys, we're going to shut down, restart, get locked loaded for another match here. Don't go far. We'll be back on behalf of Ben Francis, myself, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team. We appreciate you tuning in. Don't go far. We'll be back.